Welcome to Life on Beagle Road and day 5 of Vlogust. We are doing it. Even me, the skeptic. I mean, I don't have to stay up at night and edit the videos, so that probably makes things a little easier on me. But let's face it, I had a really rough start to August with everything going on with the goats. We got the full fecal test results back from the vet, and I wanted to share with all of you what we learned from that. First, just a reminder that we tested samples for the does, and then we tested samples for the bucks, and then we tested Meatloaf specifically. Both groups of goats had 2 different parasites and 1 microorganism present in the samples. For the does, that was strongyle type worms, which is a roundworm, strongyloid worms, and coccidia as the microorganism. The levels were not extraordinarily high, but definitely worth treating. The reason that we were seeing some really poor FAMACHA scores in some of the does, like Carly, even though the parasite load was not particularly high, was that strongyle worms really make the goats pale and anemic, even with a lower parasite load. The good news is that valbazen is the right treatment for this type of worm, which is what we decided to use on those that looked like, hey, we need to get them treated before we get the results back. We do not want to use valbazen in our bred or potentially bred does, so in those we're using Safeguard. Now, what about these crazy bucks and Meatloaf, who was just in terrible shape? Their parasites were strongyle type and something else started with a T. Didn't really remember it because it was only 200 eggs per gram, which is not a concerning number. For the strongyle type, to give you an idea, the does had about a level of 800 eggs per gram. A treatable level, but not terrifying. Meatloaf, on the other hand, had 3,000 eggs per gram. Even more concerning was the level of coccidia that Meatloaf had. Flashback to me saying, coccidia is not that common in adult goats. And again, I'll circle back to, you need a goat vet. In coccidia, they count oocytes per gram, and in Meatloaf, they were too numerous to count. Typically, they count to at least 10,000 in these tests, so that was a lot. It does my heart good to see him out here eating and up and moving and happy. Anyway, what does all of that information mean for Meatloaf? Number 1, we treated him with the right stuff back on Monday, the 29th. The vet also said that since the coccidia numbers were so high, we're going to treat him a little longer than normal to make sure all of the symptoms subside. To give you an idea, Carly was better on day 4 of 5 days of treatment, totally better. Meatloaf's not quite there yet, so we're gonna keep going. Meatloaf was treated by the vet with Cydectin, which is a very strong dewormer. I'm gonna treat him again with valbazen, and she recommended that I treat all of the bucks because we know that they were in a space that there was a problem with this parasite. In this case, we're gonna treat them all. As much as you will hear vets, lots of experts, I've said it too, right, is we don't treat everybody. This is the time where we know that that space had a problem and we wanna stop anyone from getting anything as serious as Meatloaf. Everyone's getting treated with valbazen today. They will get treated for the coccidia, and I'm gonna move them. I want them out of this pasture, away from it, dunzo. This whole space back here and up here was the original goat pasture. That's no surprise that that's where the parasite issue is, right? Because goats have been in there for 3 years. It's kind of when you tend to hit these parasite issues. Lesson learned. Should have ditched this sooner. Again, yay vets! So we're gonna get the goats moved. We're gonna get them into a fresh area that hasn't been a pasture. The does have been in this area, you know, a day here and there, but not for at least a month. We're gonna use that super heavy chicken tractor as our new goat shelter for that area. Yes, repurposing stuff. Hey, buddy. When I found all of this out about Meatloaf, I just had to come out here and snuggle him, even though he is covered in urine and goat poop and just general disgusting stink. Man, poor baby. Yeah. I think the fact that he was in rut, we bred him, so he was like, crazy hormone situation, definitely played a part in why he got this so much worse than everybody else. There's always parasites in the soil. Goats are always carrying some level of parasite load. When things aren't status quo in the body, those parasites and microorganisms really take the opportunity to flourish. So how am I going to turn this into a Ritz-Carlton level goat shelter? Yes, because that's where we're at. I'm feeling very bad about Meatloaf, so this needs to be top-notch accommodation. I mean, top-notch for goats. Like, let's not get crazy. The house needs some attention after the past week, too. So Kenny's basic design gives us plenty of shelter from sun, wind, rain, all of that they'll need until it gets really cold this winter. And to be honest, throw another tarp on here and we could have a winter shelter too, but we're not there yet. I do want to make sure that I've got places to put hay and minerals and the occasional grain. I think I just very simply, I'm gonna hang the hay bag from right here. You may have seen we've got some horse feed bags for hay. So probably just put that right here. That way if it's raining, it's not gonna get wet and they've got a place to come in here and chow down. I've got some stall mats I can throw down on the ground there too and cover those with straw. I want to use the straw mat just to kind of keep the wetness out of there and help with the parasite situation. Kenny, I don't know why you complain about editing my videos. Everything's fine. My first order of business is to consult Kenny on how to move this. I'm good at a lot of things. I'm an excellent baker, pretty good at taking care of the goats, you know. Obviously, we're having a little snafu right now, but, you know, I understand the science behind it, and I will learn and do better. I'm a very good talent sourcer. Pretty good manager, I think. Adequate mother. Decent wife. Hopefully Kenny doesn't edit that part out. What else am I good at? Oh, I'm an excellent shopper, both in person and online, but my spatial awareness is really not good. Let's go find Kenny. Hey, hot stuff.
Hey. What's up?
Well, I was just explaining that my spatial awareness is not the same as yours. And
understatement.
Okay, fine. I am here asking for help on how I should move that big heavy chicken tractor before I break something. Do you like that? I asked before I broke it.
That is good. I'm glad you didn't break it. You should wait until I'm available and then I can help you.
Are you available now?
I mean, right this second? I'm already working on a project that you already asked for. Can I finish that before you put me on another project?
We need to move the boys.
Like this second? Can I just put these wheels on and then I'll come help you?
Yes.
Thanks.
All right, so while we wait for Kenny, I am going to attempt to change the bolts that are holding the tires on, wheels, I don't know. I don't even know the terms for this stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna change the bolts on there so that hopefully they roll better. Robbie left for the beach for a week yesterday, so I am without my partner in crime. Robbie was a huge help this week with everything going on with the goats. I am gonna seriously miss him this week. All right, so, you know, probably super gross and TMI, but this is a great example of Meatloaf's current poop. So, looks like dog poop, not back to pellet, which tells us that the coccidia is still active, but also that the worms are still active, right? Because it could really be a combination of both factors right now, which is why we are going to deworm him again. So I can even see some worm activity on here. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on camera, but that's what we're dealing with. The good news is I can tell from this that the pellets are forming, and massive improvement over what we were seeing a few days ago.
Assistance? Tell me when you need assistance. You got it! Good job, Bridget. You did it.
Hey, baby. So quick barn cat update while we're at it. Cats' names are officially Bella and Lily. This is Lily. I don't think I ever said that the cats came from Lacey at Heart of the Matter Farm. Whoop, there goes Lily. Fellow YouTuber who's been a great source of goat information for me. Lily was from a litter of strays that one of Lacey's cats adopted the babies. When we got her, she was a little skittish. Now she is a people cat. She helps me milk. She comes and looks for me. She loves everyone. She's very brave. Chases the dogs, you know. She's exactly the cat that gets people to say things like, I wasn't a cat person, I only like my cat. Well, this is all stuck in here. What am I supposed to do about that? Okay, I'm not a professional at this, but I can't just slide this in the hole. I feel like it's not gonna turn right. I don't know why Kenny has so much faith in me that I could figure stuff out, because I can't. There we go. Oh goodness, that's a lot. That's really long. I feel like that wheel is gonna wobble. Woo! Only 4 more to go. No, 3. 3 more to go. Also, this is Vlogust day 4, not 5. Got a little overzealous there. I'm tired.
All these are on wrong, Courtney. You need to flip this the other way. So this wheel part is facing the wood, and that the threads are on the inside, not the outside.
I'm glad I started this with video evidence of I don't know why Kenny thinks I'm capable of doing this stuff when I'm not. I'm gonna pick this up off, slide the wheel off there, please. Quickly. Thank you. Just sit it down. Oh crap, I gotta put the wheel on. Dang it.
Is this my fault?
No, Emmy, it's your dad's fault for not just doing it in the first place. It is looking and sounding an awful lot like it's gonna storm, so I gotta get this fence up quick and get the boys in here. Lindsay, your dad's not very smart. If you ever felt like people don't take care of their bucks as well as they take care of their does, please let this be evidence that that is not the case. We love our bucks just as much, even though they're stinky and ornery. Right, boys? Mentally, I couldn't stand one more rain with them in that pasture, so this is better. Thanks for watching day 4 that I thought was day 5. Keep watching. I'll work on my counting skills.